Hello everyone, this is Charlie Barley coming back at you with another video. We've just come off a really hot last 7 days. Over the last 7 days, our total percentage, earnings percentage is up 223% collectively amongst, we have a very small group of people. We've only been, this app has only been around for, 2 weeks now. I have been around for the last 10 years, but this app, thanks to AI, has only been around for 2 weeks. And so far, we have a total earnings of, amongst all users, only technically 7, it's not really 8, but we're up 223%. Great new website, really impressed and grateful and thankful for what's happening, man. This is a lot of good stuff going on. With that said, let's just jump right into a trading session now. We're going to use the ground up approach and not the standard trading. The ground up approach is a new, you'll say, well, it is new. It's new in terms of you guys, but it's built off of the same principles of everything else, same website and all that other good stuff. It's just betting it differently. All right. Instead of betting with the grain, it's betting against the grain. And the reality is actually it works better. Well, it appears to work better because the stats are actually still pretty good regardless. I mean, they're very good overall. And I also want to encourage everyone to try the demo. Try the, right now we've got a little bit of time. We got to wait to get some outcomes first. And then we're going to start playing. So we've got a few minutes so you guys get to hear me yap for the next, I don't know, 3-4 minutes. Until the outcomes are sufficient. Right now, there's only 3, and we've got to get at least 12. All right, so we've got a minute. All right. So while we're waiting, though, let's shut this down. While we're waiting, we'll come back to him. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I was going to read you guys the difference between stock trading and trading in a casino market. And that's going to be a whole nother video unto itself. I'm not going to bore you with that yet. We're actually 4 in. It's going to be a little bit more time. But what I was going to say, though, guys, is that this process, the ground up strategy, is some folk had asked, how do you do it? How do you play it? Well, you just kind of follow the instructions. Observation, phase 1 is observation. The first thing you've got to do is get outcomes, okay? So what we're waiting on now are outcomes. So you see how these last 5 are here? I'm going to do this: banker, player, banker, banker. All right. So now that I've done that, the only now thing you need to do is continue to put in outcomes until the system gives you notification as to what to do. All right. So, and the way algorithms work, they work like any algorithm works. They look at patterns. Okay. And in the game of Baccarat, patterns are limited. That's the reason why it's called a limited variable business or limited variable market. It's just that it's unfortunate that in 2025 we're just not really waking up to it, and we're in the end of the world as we know it. Hate to say it, but it really is. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but it really is late for this kind of knowledge. I mean, I've said it before, AI coming into the game the way that it has, it's a game changer, and not for the betterment of society. If you ask me, I tend to think AI is a spirit. I think it's a spirit from another place. We call it robotics. That's what we call it, just like we call ourselves human. But the truth is that we're encased in what is called a human body, but we are, in fact, a spiritual being. And let's continue to play. Probably gonna have to do a cancellation bet. We're literally still in game one right now. All right, so this is hand one, this is hand two. We're waiting for hand two. We do not bet the first two games. All right, so we're just waiting for outcomes. I'm gonna do a cancellation bet after this so we can stick in the game. As far as when we're ready to play, we'll talk about minimum bankrolls, minimum bets and how to play. Like I said, I got a lot of ways where you can actually do this. If you have the money, you really could just completely dog it. And I mean dog walk this thing. And how you would dog walk it, and again, I'll do a video talking about that. But the first thing you're going to want to know are thresholds, meaning what's the frequency rate of losing, right? What I like about the ground up strategy is that it has a very, very low, well, I'm not gonna say, it does have a low frequency rate of losing, but it has a very low continual or consistency in terms of losses. All right, so that was, seems like I'm missing something here. Submit. B. All right, so that was a B, P, B, B. Yep. All right, so we're right. All right, so we're now here waiting. We're in the second game, so we're waiting for these next two games. And then after that, we'll be ready to roll. But what you can see here, the algorithms are already starting to form. All right, based on just these patterns here, it's a predictive, right? It's a predictive model. And it's a highly predictive model because the game itself is nothing but a series of patterns, and they're moving. There's a gang of patterns, right? But you have to do your best at predicting them in real time, and you have to have a way of being able to do that. And that's what took me the longest. I mean, this is business 101, though. This is how you would conduct in any business. Unfortunately, though, guys, I do say this is the part where, let me do another cancellation bet here. This is the part where you have to be patient because we're 7 minutes in and we haven't even started betting yet. Now the cool thing is that once you start, you're in. All right, but it could take, like in moments like this where you're at the very beginning of a shoe, it could take some time. 10 minutes, something along that line. So we're not talking about the patience that you would need as if you were running a company, but the patience of just waiting a couple minutes. You'd be amazed at how many people, like I said, in this environment, the way that a lot of folk think is so different than what they think in real life. In real life, in most gamblers, quote unquote, everyday life, the decisions that they make, they would not make. The decisions they make here, they wouldn't make in real life. All right, so it looks like right now we are at a 50-50, which means the very first game we are not going to be betting at all. And it's a tie. So we're not going to be betting at all. Now, here is the logic behind that. Well, 50-50, you want to split. So we want to definitely have a outlier in terms of the lowest algorithm. The reason for that is because these algorithms, each algorithm has a set of what you call, I guess you can call it a code, right? And it looks over several different patterns, each of them, okay? So you want an outlier. Okay, so here we got a banker. And you can see here, lie detected, tie detected, observation, both hands 1 and 2. So we're not playing this game. So we won't be playing this game. But you need an outlier because if you have, like right here, this is 100, this is 100, 50-50. It's a high chance for, in terms of volatility, like it's a really, really high chance when you don't have an outlier. So that's one of the reasons why I implemented this into the logic where if you're ever at a 50-50, the system detects it and does not allow you to make any type of bets. All right. So once we have the outlier, at that point, we have a couple advantages. One, we have 3-1. Every game we play, no matter what the outlier is, we have a 3-1 advantage. So you have a 3-1 chance of winning, no matter what you do. Okay, so that's advantage number one. All right, but also advantage number two. Okie doke. Let's submit this game. Let's see what we're looking like. All right, so it looking like Algo 1 is shaping to be the outlier. We'll be playing on Algo 1 after this. All right, so but what I was gonna say is that in any part of a shoe, a set of patterns, reversals, chops, streaks, whatever, can occur. All right, and she messed up on the cards. A streak could occur. So that's the other advantage we have, is that a streak could easily occur. All right, so let's go banker here, and we are now officially in the game. I'm gonna do $2. I mean, I could do 3, 4, but what I'm doing here, though, guys, if we should lose, I'm going to jack up my minimum bet. All right. I'm gonna jack it up to like from 2 to 4, 2, 4, 6 type situation. All right, if it should happen. All right, if not, then we'll stick right where we're at. The technical things. Here's the deal: like when you guys are doing your testing, and when you're doing your demo, when you're doing the demo, come on, let's banker. Let's go here, and we are 4 units on the banker. When you're doing your testing, one of the things you want to do is you want to see, just play it out, play it at a low minimum. Okay. Use as I often say, if you don't have a couple accounts, at least a lot, say like $200 out of your main account or $100 out of your main account, and use it as a testing, a demo account. All right. And we have another win here. Submit. Use it as a test account, all right? And that way you can see the frequency pattern of winning, all right? And then once you know that, that's where you could actually dig in. So like when I first started testing it, I went from, I had my account my practice account was at 190, I think, 197. It went up to 4, but I went really, really aggressive. It went up to 425 in like an hour. And you know, I ended up losing it. I didn't lose it all, but I ended up betting $300 accidentally. All right. So we're going to go back here on banker. As you can see here, we have a distinct outlier. Now, again, I've been, and I'm still kind of weary about 50% here and everything else being above 75 and 100%. I still have to do some study. So far, it has been 100% wins, but it just kind of makes me think a little bit. All right, so this is a hard 7. Hopefully we can stick there. And we did. And you know what we're going to do, guys? We are going to conclude the session. So what? Oh my God, we didn't play until we failed. We didn't play until we lost it all. No, we didn't. We did not. Okay, and we are not. All right. So listen, this is how you do it. When you practice, when you play, grow. Don't try and do everything at once. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. This website surely wasn't built in a day. This is something that happened over 10 years. It just took artificial intelligence to bring us around to the point where we could actually program it. All right. So anyway, guys, hopefully, and I know this is very simple. I mean, you didn't see any big to do, This is not about bells and whistles and big pump fair and, oh, he made $1,000 bet and he won 3,000. Who cares? That's what the casino wants you to do. They want you to gamble. You know, one of the things that, you know, I look at, I've studied, well, I don't know how many of you guys listening studied martial arts, but I've studied martial arts. And I don't know if you guys ever seen Karate Kid. Okay. And when Mr. Miyagi was teaching Daniel's son how to learn karate. Daniel's son wanted to get in there and do the high flying kicks, wanted to do the all type of tricks that he's seen on TV. But Mr. Miyagi said, no, we're not going to do any of that. What we're going to do is wash these cars and we're going to paint these fences until we're tired. Because if you truly want to be a champion, right, you got to go about it the easy way. There's a song called There's No Easy Way Out. There's no shortcut home. Remember that? Who remembers that? That song was, I think it was debuted on Rocky Part 4 when he was fighting the Russian. There's no easy way out. All right? So one of the things you want to do is don't be so quick to gamble. I mean, I've made it really, really easy. Really, really easy. I almost sounded like Donald Trump on that one. Made it really easy. The only thing you now have to do is just have discipline. So even though this is just 2 units, and even though it was at a low amount, and listen, it's the 2 units that matters. It's the consistency. I think right now what I'm on a 12 unit winning streak right now. If you go back and look at the videos or something along that line, the only time I made a mistake, I made 2 mistakes, and it wasn't even betting. It was coming over here. I actually was on my phone when I did it. I clicked over too late. 3 seconds later, clicked the daggone $100 thing, thinking I was on a 50. Clicked it 3 times and lost. So anyway, guys, shadowmaxtrading.com. Guys, if you're a trader, if you're a business owner, this is where you should be. Because we're not talking about hope and luck. We're not talking about getting lucky. Any of that. We're talking about math. We're talking about science, right? We're not talking about the rabbit's foot. None of that. The validation is done through mathematics, not through hope and prayer. Like, I don't believe in anything. There's people, what do you believe in? I don't believe in anything. I don't like to really believe. I like to know. I'm okay with saying I don't know, but I really don't like to believe, because you could believe in anything, right? Now, things can be believable, but I'd much prefer to know. Anyway, guys, shadowmaxtrading.com. Register for the free demo if you haven't. And if you want to be a part of the team, send me an email, contact us, let us know you want to be a part, and we will set you up. Right now, our payment systems are still, for whatever reason, I think this is the only thing that AI has gotten wrong. It's just that for whatever reason, I can't get this payment thing to work out. So you're going to have to contact me directly, and I will let you on the system and give you the full-time access. You get up to 6 months or a minimum of 3 times your bankroll. So if you have $1,000, you make 3 times as much as that. Okay. 3 times minimum bankroll or 6 months on the system. You should be 3 times your bankroll in under 30 days if you're consistent. All right. Especially with the new ground up strategy. Thank you guys so much for listening. shadowmaxtrading.com. Until the next time, guys, take care.